All right, Coach Craney, you've been back from Texas for a couple of weeks now. What was the experience like there?
It was a really unbelievable experience. Having the opportunity to work with some of the best coaches from across the country. Probably most notably Justin. They had the offensive coordinator from the University of Laval. I was fortunate enough to have my offensive coordinator, Mike Como, come down and work with the Team Canada O-line. And, we had an opportunity to share some ideas with Justin. I'm sure Coach Como brought some really good stuff back to York. And plus the opportunity to work with arguably 100 of the best 17, 18, 19-year-olds in the country is obviously a good opportunity in thinking about those young men becoming future Lions one day.
And how's recruiting going this year?
Can't complain about recruiting. I think we've really gotten a good start on it this season. As soon as our season ended, we were out there pounding the pavement and recruiting these young men. I think we've pretty much have the most commitments, I don't want to say we've ever had, but the most quality commitments we've had this early. We're definitely recruiting a much smaller class than we previously did the first 3 years. We had a different mindset and what we needed to bring in. Now we're just picking and choosing from Ontario and this country's best. And we've done a really good job, and we're probably a week away from shutting down the 2014 recruiting class. Most notably, what's happened since we got back from Dallas is we had the opportunity to sign some really good young men, some good local kids. Malik Marks, Don Bosco, Mr. Everything, Mr. Every Don Bosco football player, played in the Metro Bowl 2 years ago. Arguably one of the best football players in Toronto, decided to stay home and represent his city and represent York, and we're very excited to have Malik Marks. We were fortunate to sign a defensive back from Oakville, Ontario, Brett Colangelo last week. Is a great kid. He's a top 100, a GTA top 100 kid. Defensive back is a position we wanted to recruit really hard this year. We really wanted to bring in some kids and challenge and get our defense stronger, and we're very excited to have a kid the caliber of Brett come on board. Last night in the Hammer, we signed Joey Riccatone, a great Hamilton family, going to be a great addition to the York family. He's a big, tall receiver with great hands, got a real good vertical push to him, and you know what, he's going to come into camp from day one and make a push from the second he reports at camp. Also had a busy end of the week last week. We spent 2 days in Montreal where we got 4 CEGEP kids that all decided they wanted to make York their home from a AAA CEGEP in Montreal called Montmorency, and they're all 4 of them are defensive players, and we expect all 4 of them to have an immediate impact on this defense and this program. Free safety Dave Dufresne, who was one of the key players on their defense last year at Montmorency, helped lead them on a very good playoff run. Kenny the Honey Badger Baku Mbala is a corner that comes in and is looking to find a place on this roster right away. And our 2 favorite brothers, Omba and Shako Dimash Lukawa, we're excited to have them. They both play linebacker, and right from their visit, we had them in for a weekend, and the 4 of them absolutely loved the city, loved the school, and knew they wanted to make York their home.
And you're close to shutting down, but how are you going to wrap up the recruiting season?
Well, we're going to have a final push. I'm spending every night on the road doing home visits. Obviously there's a couple of spot. Not that we put a number on spots, but there's a couple of positions that we still need to shore up some kids and get them to sign letter of intent and commit to York. And not to say that we're shutting down the recruiting for 2014, but in a week we're really going to start focusing on 2015. So the recruitment of 2014 will be ongoing in terms of home visits and trying to get those last kids to commit, but we're really going to start focus on that 2015 class and start recruiting real early for that 2015 class.